It's starting.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's SEC After Dark. It's Thanksgiving Eve. I'm preparing my stomach by making sure I eat nothing between now and Thanksgiving meal so I can enjoy my mountain of food tomorrow. But what's up, everybody? It's SEC After Dark. Joining me.
That shrinks your stomach, though, by not eating.
Just for a day, it won't do anything. It just increase my appetite, I guess. I don't know.
I already cooked my chicken and dumplings. It's sitting ready for tomorrow. I'm just going to pig out on C&D tomorrow.
Nice.
All right, chicken and dumplings. Okay, Cracker Barrel style. And that is Stephen Willis, Locked On Ole Miss, the most listened to Ole Miss podcast, or the most watched Ole Miss podcast, depending on how you consume it. It's probably the same for both categories. Jake Thomas, your double shot of Alabama. Joining me, Jeb Beecham. And then to round out our starting five, Mike Huseman off-season after dark, and a regular contributor on both the Locked On Ole Miss show and Locked On Vandy. Not pictured over on the side, the sixth and seventh man is Hammer and Boss Man. Congratulations, Hammer. On your marriage, and Boss Man,
no,
we'll stop that. No, we're not doing that. We are not 13 years old. No.
They did do all the biscuits tonight. It was a good one.
Yeah.
We were just making fun of Hunter Yurchek.
Oh, yeah, it's so easy.
Hey, you can just do that off of his job performance.
Yeah, that's true.
But his job performance is summed up in one hand motion. That's his job performance. All right, so welcome in. It's about that time. All right, boys, what's going on now that the lava's hit? We're going to do this we're going to format this a little differently. I'm going to try something tonight, so bear with me here. We're just going to talk, and then at the end, we're just going to flash up our picks.
Isn't that what we normally do?
Yeah, I know what we normally do.
Well, we started off being like all formal about it, but I like that. Put that back up there, Mike.
Old school TV this week. Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
A little retro, I love that.
I like had Pearl Harbor Day flashbacks.
I know. I was thinking Japanese too.
Yeah.
Like 1920s Barnum and Bailey circus stuff. It
is the top of the circus tent. Which would make sense with what's been going on in Ole Miss.
Yeah. Sure.
Why I didn't pick the Illinois or Missouri, Arkansas, and LSU, Oklahoma. We were unanimous in picking those games. So I put up the games where we had some differences and not all nine of us on the same team, because all of us were on Mizzou and all of us were on Oklahoma.
Well, let's talk about the most important game, Kentucky. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
So Hammer and Boss Man, I was going to throw them a bone here, but they're not here to receive said bone.
Because they had their normal show.
They were. Yeah. So if they jump in, they may jump in. Who knows? But Texas A&M at Texas, it's an important game for a lot of reasons. It kind of throws a wrench into the SEC championship mix a little bit. And we were I guess we were all unanimous because that one's not on the screen. I guess we were all on A&M because I picked A&M.
No.
Me and Steve were on Texas.
Okay.
And so
everybody else was saying.
Sorry, Matt.
Oh, okay.
I'm picking this week. I'm picking games based purely off of heart and what I need to have happen.
Yeah,
I picked the Auburn game that way. So, but yeah, for this game for A&M, it's a tough road game. It seemed I haven't gotten a beat on this series yet because it was an old school Big 12 series that I didn't pay a ton of attention to until Texas joined the SEC again, and trying to get a beat on what this series looks like. I'm thinking the home team is usually pretty successful in this particular series, but A&M is electric, dude. Like Cassius Howell is probably the best defender in the country, and he's gonna raise hell against Arch Manning.
You know, Texas A&M, their combined SEC record is like 11-39 of the teams that they play.
Wow.
It's just a dream schedule, literally a dream schedule. Like Texas A&M, at least they played Notre Dame, I guess, and won that game. Last year, Indiana played Ohio State, so I guess they had that to their credit. But Texas A&M's played nobody. Texas will be the best team that they have played. And
in the conference,
in the conference, and right now Texas is playing well. Arch is playing like we thought Arch would play at the beginning of the year, or everybody did it. Arch is playing well. This is a better Texas team. They do the quick passing game, which will neutralize Cassius Howell just a little bit on the outside, and Ryan Wingo and those receivers. They're a lot to deal with. The important thing for Texas is run the football so you don't end up in a 3rd and 9. Yeah. That's all you have to do to win this game, because we have seen Texas A&M against South Carolina give up a boatload of points to some athletes. This is going to be a hostile environment. Texas has a chance to take Texas A&M down whenever they're thinking they're going to win the national championship. I genuinely, this isn't even a heart feel. I genuinely like Texas in this ball game.
Don't let Becky hear you say that.
It's back and forth for me. Texas's D was elite early in the year. They have not played well the last month. You know, they allowed a lot of points to Mississippi State. Vandy, they allowed a lot late. And then Georgia and Arkansas both scored over 35 against them. If Texas's D can get back to playing where they were, I think they got a real shot in this one. And I did pick them to cover. So,
yeah, I don't know. I just felt like the eyes are on the prize there for the Aggies, and you know it's going to be kind of a similar situation. Not to play spoiler that I'm going to talk about Vandy. It's just there's everything right there in front of them, and I think for the first time they're going to go get it. And Marcel Reed's going to make some plays. Cassius Howell's going to make some plays, and I think there's going to be enough back and forth to where A&M can win that close game because I feel like they're going to be the more resilient bunch in the fourth quarter, and that's what this game's going to come down to.
Texas A&M has given up 40 points in 2 of their games this year in regulation.
Mm-hmm.
So that is an important thing. If Texas can score, I don't think that Texas A&M's offense is good enough to score with Texas if they're allowed to go. The only hope that A&M has in this game is that they neutralize not necessarily what Kentucky and Florida and those guys did with Texas, but just slow them down to where there's a couple of punt series of what's going on. Because if Texas gets rolling and it looks like the fourth quarter against Mississippi State or how they've looked in against every defense but the Georgia Bulldogs, essentially, it could be a long day, especially in that stadium. Going on the road, Darrell Royal Stadium. I know that Texas won on the road last year in the SEC. The road team usually doesn't win when they're evenly matched teams. So we'll see exactly how that goes.
Okay.
For me, the matchup I'm looking at is Steve Sarkisian and his offensive, playmaking ability and how he schemes things against Mike Elko's defense. It's going to be a good one to see because both of them, Mike Elko is great at calling defensive plays, having his guys, ready to play, and then Sarkisian is just an offensive mastermind. So can he come up with enough plays and get Arch in a rhythm early on to keep them, scoring, like Steve said, is going to be the big thing here.
And for
if Arch plays well, Texas wins this game.
Yeah. And Sark's going to have to figure out a way to use A&M's aggressiveness against them.
Yep.
And just try to pull them in to where they're going to try to take away the quick stuff, which A&M will will do, because that's what they're gonna watch film and say, hey, they love throwing a lot of quick screens and slants and hitches and speed outs to Ryan Wingo and Evan Mosley. But once they come up and encroach that space, they're going to say, all right, well, now let's see if you can cover down the field, and they'll take a few shots and see what's going on. Like I wouldn't mind seeing a bunch of quick game and even working the fade as a part of the quick game, where Arch isn't sitting back there 1, 2, 3 step throw. It's catch, quick 1, 2, 3, get his feet set and let it rip. Try to get the ball in the air when Wingo or whoever he's throwing to is about 15 yards down the field. You want to try to hit that route at about 20, 25 max.
Another thing is, if Texas rushing game has not, kind of like Alabama, has been non-existent this year. If they can rush the ball just a little bit in this game, will take a lot of pressure off Arch as well. Yeah,
any bit of run game will help. If they can get A&M on their heels, which is not an easy thing to do, they should be pretty successful. But I think A&M, like I said, there's that extra motivation factor. They want to go down and the road team won last year, which kind of goes against the trend that I talked about when I introduced this game. So we'll kind of see, and that was just years of this rivalry not happening, and then all of a sudden it happens. And I think Texas Texas was at a peak, and A&M was not, and I think there was a lot to that. And so this year, they can return serve, and then just it'll all even itself out as this series carries on. But I just think, I don't know, I just have a gut feeling that A&M is going to win this game.
Yeah, well, that makes one of us, because battered Aggie syndrome is real, and in the second half, there is no comeback if you're down 30-0 in this game.
No, absolutely not.
It's just not going to happen. And if you lose, if you're Texas A&M and you lose this game, you automatically become the lowest ranked one-loss team in the college football playoff rankings, because your schedule has been horrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the resume is not going to line up. So Texas A&M legitimately can go from being a bye team if you beat Texas to being a traveling team in the playoff. I think they're going to make it, but they could be a traveling team because of the drop that they would have.
There's 7 teams that they'll drop to 7 or 8 at the highest if they lose. So that it's on the cusp there, especially pending who wins the Big 12 and that champ jumping them. So that being a road team's not out of the question. Yeah.
Would losing this game, would it knock them out of the SEC championship?
Losing this game would absolutely knock them out of the SEC championship.
They would need to root hard for Auburn.
No, because if Auburn won and Texas A&M lost, Ole Miss is in the championship game against Georgia.
So they're screwed either way. Okay.
Well, so they would need 2 of those teams to lose to stay in with 2 loss. Yeah.
Right.
So they would need Ole Miss and
Georgia.
If Ole Miss lost to Mississippi State, A&M could swing back in. Georgia would go if Alabama or Texas A&M lost. They're like the next step.
Yes, they are. That is absolutely right.
Yeah, and then if another one dropped a game, if Alabama dropped their second conference game, because they would have the tiebreaker over Ole Miss, then Ole Miss would sleep in, and it would be an Ole Miss Georgia SEC title game.
Okay,
I could get behind that. That would be a lot of fun.
Cool.
You get to cross over with Clint again, Steve.
That would be awesome.
Oh my gosh. Steve, we need to get rid of that chat.
Whoa. We're on delay.
Jeb, what have you been searching today to pop them up?
I thought it was Bank of America. I didn't read too far.
BOA stands for something. I don't know. Jesus.
Yeah.
They gone.
Oh man. Wow.
What the hell?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just a spam bot that was trying to sell dildos.
I like it.
Yeah. Solid.
Yeah.
They didn't leave a link though, so whatever.
Yeah.
What is Jeb going to?
We saved Jeb. We saved Jeb.
Yeah, Jeb, you're safe, buddy.
I don't need one of those.
Well, we are live.
But they might have other
Yeah.
toys. Well, it's okay. All right.
You can't
Jeb.
count. Jeb, is that your burner account?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, Jeb.
Mm.
You clicked the wrong chat, brother.
By the way, that Texas A&M game on Friday, ABC's lineup is fire. Absolutely.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
All the way through.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Friday's gonna be
Friday,
a
I'm
good
not
day.
going anywhere, and it's just going to be on ABC all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got Georgia at 2:30 or 3:30 for you, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike.
Yep.
You got clean old fashioned hate. That game's going to be a lot of fun now. The wind is the I mean,
There's the
Egg
Egg
Bowl,
Bowl.
the first one?
Nothing's going on there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first game.
yeah,
So
that
it's-
game. Yeah, it's the Egg Bowl. It's clean old fashioned, and then you end with A&M
Lone
Texas.
Star Showdown.
Lone Star
Yeah.
Showdown, right?
Yeah, it's like somebody asked me about the Iron Bowl today, and I was like, the Iron Bowl is nothing but a great value Egg Bowl. I mean, that's what's going on. That's
All right,
like you're saying, hey, we've got Egg Bowl at home. That's what they're talking about.
It's like you're choosing between
Mm.
Lay's and Golden Flake.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Auburn and Alabama respect each other. It's a rivalry game. It's like Ole Miss and LSU or something like that. Mississippi State and Ole Miss do not respect each other. They don't. And that's the reason some stupid stuff happens in that game every single year. And that's why it's the best rivalry in college football, because of that. Now, there might not be numbers in front of both teams' names. Who cares?
I thought it was UConn UCF. I thought that was the best rivalry.
That was the civil conflict.
Yeah. I thought that was the
and
best rivalry.
I do feel bad for UConn because Jim Moore took the job at Colorado State, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's just, you take away the civil conflict and then that happens. And it just feels like a tough thing.
According to a very reliable source, No 3 Sports,
Yeah.
Clark Lee is interviewing at UConn.
No 3 sport. Listen, by the way, I'm just going
love
to say
that.
something here real quick. I think we are really close, if we're not already there, to where you cannot look at On 3 for Lane Kiffin or Ole Miss news and take it as a reliable thing.
Yeah.
We are almost there, if not already.
Does the is it because the person who runs that, their initials are the same as the state that Diego Pavia used to reside in?
No.
Him.
No, it is because Chris Lowe is Lane Kiffin's megaphone. Brett McMurphy is megaphone, and they're parroting talking points for that. I mean, it's obvious. Like Brett McMurphy, he actually deleted this tweet, but after the announcers at the college football playoff rankings said, no, we didn't consider Lane Kiffin and all this. We use metrics and all that. There will be no data point that you can go off of if Lane Kiffin took another job. And Brett McMurphy asked the question, it's like, no, seriously, are you going to look at that? Are you going to look at that? And then a little bit later on in the day, he said, if you look at Vegas, Vegas says that Ole Miss would be looked at 4 points less if Lane Kiffin left. And that is so obviously CAA and On 3 working together to put out talking points of a coach. That is not a news organization anymore. That is a rough look.
That is a very, very rough look.
Mm-hmm.
Is I feel like just people just want to be first to get the scoop, so they're just going to say whatever. Like
Well,
this
they-
whole
That's part of
Golesh.
it. Yeah.
No, they just don't want to lose the Lane Kiffin megaphone that Chris Lowe and those guys have. They have such an advantage because the reality about Lane Kiffin is he is SEO catnip. If you put Lane Kiffin in a headline, it does better than if you don't. You can say the exact same thing. Lane Kiffin in the headline will do better than otherwise. And Lane Kiffin being that SEO catnip, that's a bad thing. It really is.
Oh, I'm not laughing at you, Steve.
I am not in Ole Mills today.
Oh, that's so good, Travis.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, in stream.
Man.
That's
Way to
it.
go, Jeb. Way to go, Jeb.
That's it. Victory. Travis, you are the man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Please
yes.
tell me where you're from, Travis, and who's your team.
Yeah, put where you're commenting
Alabama.
from so we can share.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's an Alabama guy.
Yeah.
He's one of yours, Jake. No, I love it, dude.
That's fantastic. Yeah, the Olin Mills thing's sticking. Awesome. One of the coolest things that I've done on my channel, which by the way is about to hit 18,000 subscribers in like weeks.
Nice.
I'm only 17 behind you, so I'm nipping at your heels.
Yeah. There's a guy on my channel named Tom Vanderford, and he's just a fan. He doesn't offer any perspectives. We don't do news breaking and all that. He's just a fan. We started calling him 2 years back the mayor of Corinth because he's from Corinth, Mississippi. And that is caught on so much that now I can just like thumbnail title The Mayor Speaks, and they know exactly who that person is. And that is something I just thoroughly enjoy. I
first time I did the pregame show with you said that he was going to Oxford. I thought it was the actual mayor. I didn't know it was this guy.
No, it's a guy that's just been doing my show for 3 or 4 years. That's from Corinth, Mississippi, and all that. And we just started joking around, calling him the mayor of Corinth, and it took off.
There you go. So that's our mayor moment. It's Olin Mills. Jeb, I love it.
Yep. Jeb's freaking coming down to Florida whenever he had appointments set up at Olin Mills, and
yeah, you left your client hanging, Jeb. What the hell?
Seriously, why would you do that?
Give the man a refund at least.
Now you know why I'm poor.
Jeez, he had 3 wardrobe changes, Jeb. Come on.
He was going to do the Step Brothers pick.
Yeah. Good Lord. A nice sweater vest. It was all pressed and ready to go.
Yeah, he was ready to go. For picture day, it was going to be the Christmas card for this year. You just ruined everything, Jeb.
Congratulations. You are the Grinch. Hope you know that.
Really?
The Grinch.
It's a rough night. Good God.
Trying to sell us weird stuff, and now you're standing up. Jeb, it's a rough day for you, bud. Rough day for you. Rick and Bonnie's like, what?
He's like, what did I miss?
Yeah. You missed quite a bit, Rick and Bonnie. One day you're late.
Yeah.
One day you're late.
Yeah, Jeb missed his Olin Mills appointment, and there's somebody that's not going to have a Christmas card this year because Jeb didn't give notice.
Well, that's a bad Yelp review coming up.
I have 1 star.
Jeb, we need to see you. Head coach wants to see you. Bring your playbook. It's funny.
No.
Well, where do we want to go next? Do we want to go Vandy?
We got a request. We got a request.
Oh.
And that is Rick and Bonnie saying, I hope I didn't miss the Iron Bowl segment. Let's go ahead and do the Iron Bowl.
Bonnie, Travis, I want to say this with all due respect. I need Auburn to win this game.
Yeah.
For Locked On
that's
Vandy,
the one thing.
I need
Remember,
Auburn to win this game.
I'm not picking games this week based off of who I think's going to win. I'm picking games this week based off who I need to win.
Give me for like multiple reasons. Georgia gets in the SEC championship. Vanderbilt, that could launch Vanderbilt into the college football playoff if they win.
Which is absolutely hilarious. Tennessee has that hold over Vanderbilt's head for 1 year.
Yeah. God,
we're talking about the Iron Bowl. Get back to that.
Okay. Iron Bowl. Okay.
Iron Bowl. So, Auburn, for the love of God.
I want to talk about that.
Whatever voodoo you want to do, whatever I don't know what you in the innards of Jordan-Hare Stadium, I don't know what you do, but drum up some voodoo there and let's get some magic going and let's beat Alabama. All right. Because me personally, my fandom and my show both need Auburn to win. So, Jake, sorry, bro. Alabama people, sorry. This is just what needs to happen.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something
this is
right
just
now.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Surprising.
I did,
right
Rick.
now.
Yes, I have Auburn covering. Yeah.
You have them winning?
This is set up for Ole Miss winning. Ole Miss going to Atlanta because listen to this. in the Texas A&M game, Ole Miss needs a Manning to win that game. Doesn't matter that he's at Texas, he's a Manning. And a Manning helping Ole Miss, that's a tell old as time.
Mm-hmm.
At Auburn, after Hugh Freeze got fired, the offensive coordinator is Derek Nix, who spent 20 years at Ole Miss and got to Auburn about a year ago. He is beloved in Oxford, Mississippi. Derek Nix and Arch Manning are going to help Ole Miss go to the SEC championship game.
And maybe play Georgia. That would be fun.
Beat Georgia. I mean, they were a 4th and 2 away from beating them last time.
They're gonna get that 4th and 2 this time around. Anyway, Travis is taking his BP meds, Jeb, thanks to you. All right. He's taking it for the Iron Bowl, but really what's happening is you've stressed him out now because you won't take his picture. So
Lord.
So for real,
I'm gonna switch my pick to Auburn now.
Does Auburn have a chance?
Yeah.
What chance do they have? What is it that's going to get them over the top besides all the weirdness that happens in Jordan Stadium?
I was gonna say that voodoo. That's the only thing that's gonna get them over the top.
Just look at how the last 3 games have gone. Yes, Auburn has a chance.
No.
I mean, Alabama doesn't want it because the reality of this situation is, okay, and I'm not making fun of Alabama when I say this at all, so please don't take it that way. If Alabama doesn't win this game, they're not going to the college football playoff. And then Kalen DeBoer would miss the college football playoff back-to-back years, which means this season goes from the fact that, hey, this is a national championship level team to, oh my goodness, that Florida State game was right. It just that quick. And I hate it for Alabama fans, but I think that's going to come.
And then Caleb DeBoer bolts for Penn State, and it's just hilarious.
and then Lane Kiffin leaves LSU or Florida for Alabama, and we just have a circle of like the craziest coaching carousel ever.
That would be wild.
That would be kind of fun.
Hey, if and when, because that's a headline that On3 put out this week, if and when Lane Kiffin takes the LSU job, at that point, I officially no longer care about Lane Kiffin. But it would be funny to see just a wake of destruction, kind of like that Grim Reaper gif and just knocking on doors going down. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jake, your rebuttal.
Well, the last 3, actually the last 6 Iron Bowls that have been played in Auburn is 3-3. It's split right now. But the 3 wins Auburn has, they were like 6th in the country, like in 2010 or something like that when Cam Newton was around, 2013 or whatever it was. They had Nick Marshall, might have been Nick Marshall, Jarrett Stidham, and Bo Nix. That's
Cam Newton game was at Bama.
Yeah, but other than that, the ones at Auburn, they were fringe playoff teams if there was a 12-team playoff at the time, because I think the worst rating worst ranking was 16th when they beat Alabama. Whenever Alabama wins, Auburn does not have a good team. Auburn has a decent team this year. They're not great. Alabama has so much more to play for than Auburn does. And I just think that talent-wise, Alabama is more talented. Their defense is playing a lot better than it has, in the last couple of weeks. And Auburn's defense, for some reason, after DJ Durkin took over the head coaching role, it's just not been that great. I don't know what's happened there. I guess whenever you have to focus on a whole team instead of just what you're good at, it kind of takes a blunder a little bit. I don't know, but it's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to be a not down, drag out fight. But if Alabama, and it's a cliche because you can say every game is won in the trenches. If Alabama wins the trench game, then they have a really good shot at winning this game and winning by 10 plus.
Jake, did Oklahoma break Ty Simpson a little bit?
No, I think Ty Simpson's been struggling before Oklahoma. He's been struggling for the LSU game he struggled in. I think there was a rumor that come out today, and I don't know how true it is, but I remember he got on the sack fumble he had against Missouri. He kind of got up, little gingerly, supposedly he's hurt his back, and it's been affecting him in the last several weeks. Why he hadn't been as good. I don't know how true that is. I haven't heard any of the coaching staff talk about it. It's just a rumor that come out today. Could be something. I don't know. But Ty has not looked good probably since the Missouri game, honestly. Since then, he's just been kind of off. But also that could be from him feeling like he's got to carry the whole team because of no running game.
Yeah.
So if Alabama can –
that's a trouble spot there.
Right. If Alabama can get some type of running game going in this game, they don't have to have a 120-yard rusher. Just a 75-yard rusher in this game, I think it'll help get the offense clicking a little bit better than what it has in recent weeks.
Yeah,
Jake,
you need a little bit of run game.
Is Cuevas out this game? Did I see that?
I think he's still in the injury report. I don't know exactly where he's at, but I know he was out last week, and I think he's like questionable this week. So, he's an X factor in the passing game. He's just a really good safety net. So if he's out, then you need somebody to step up. And a guy who I feel like that needs to step up in this game is our superstar wide receiver and Ryan Williams. He's had some flashes of being great this year, and then he's had some games where he's looked absolutely terrible. So games like this is where you need your superstar to take over and win the game. They have their own superstar, Auburn does, and Cam Coleman. Which of these guys are going to take over this game could lead to whoever wins this game.
Josh Cuevas is out.
Okay. Yeah, okay. He's out.
And Deuce Knight looked good last week, but I just don't trust a freshman quarterback to come into this game.
Well, he's not going to be the quarterback this game. It's going to be Ashton Daniels.
Yeah, Daniels is
okay.
He didn't play last week because they wanted to just preserve his red shirt. That's all.
Yep.
So he could be the starting quarterback next year for Auburn because otherwise he would have used his eligibility and be a senior.
Mm-hmm. So
but he can play this week?
Schumann is their head coach.
Yes, because he's only played in 3 games.
Yeah.
So he can play in 1 more.
Okay.
But if they win and go to a bowl game, then what are they going to do there? Play this night?
That doesn't count. Bowl game postseason doesn't count.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Good for them. So yeah, I mean, for the limited action I saw of Ashton Daniels, that dude can sling it, and he can move, he can run. He's got really good poise in the pocket. And he knows where he wants to go with the ball. I mean, he is. I thought Derek Nix had a really good plan for him when they played Vandy, and this is something that I'm intrigued by a little bit with Derek Nix as a play caller, with the quarterback that he's probably wanted every single game, and so it's going to be interesting to kind of see what Alabama is able to do, or what this defense is able to do as far as getting after Daniels and things like that. So it's going to be an interesting contest. Definitely need Auburn to win. And that's who I'm going with.
Another thing that Alabama's got to keep an eye on is Jeremiah Cobb is very, very good, and he can break open runs. And if he wreaks havoc in our third level, that could be huge for Auburn in this game.
And going up against Alabama, Deuce Knight in the quarterback run game, because I do think Deuce is going to have a little bit of a package, and Auburn's going to try and figure out a way to do that. Mm-hmm. I think that's something you could expect as well, because as good as Alabama's defense is, they seem to be susceptible to the quarterback run from time to time. They tend to bust on those plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the secondary, just against the run in general, it just seems like those safeties sometimes struggle to fit the run game right. And next thing you know, you got running backs just going into clean open space. So, and that's a building where if you let Auburn get any sort of momentum, or if you let Auburn think they're going to hang around in this game, the biggest key for Alabama is squash all that crap early. And if they can squash that early, Auburn will quit and it'll be done. But if it gets in the close to halftime, third quarter, and Auburn's like, hey, we got a chance, they start kind of hulking up a little bit, and they're just like, they just get a little bit of juice, and here we go.
Yeah, third quarter, 1-score game, that place turns into Jordan Hare.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing is Alabama. I feel like Alabama needs to have a good showing for the committee because of the crap that they're telling Alabama that they need to do to, I guess, move up in the rankings. I don't know. Just win and you should be in.
I think for Alabama, winning, you're in because you're a brand. I think Alabama, it's Vandy that really, I think, needs to beat Tennessee by 70, which won't happen. But That's something that
Oh, I need that game more than air. I cannot wait until that.
Yeah, 3:30 on for Steve for you 3:30 on Saturday. I don't know what the weather's going to be like down there, but you can watch it poolside.
What is that? The same time as the LSU Oklahoma game?
Yeah, I think.
Why isn't Tennessee and Vandy on ABC and LSU and Oklahoma on ESPN?
They probably worked that out a long time ago. I mean, they could easily switch it, but I guess they just don't want to.
Yeah, it's like why not just put all the best games on ABC? Maybe they just wanted one good one on ESPN, just as a ratings grab.
Probably, I don't know.
We got both games at that time. Vandy, Tennessee, like you said, LSU, Oklahoma, and then Oregon, Washington is on CBS, and that's also a playoff implication game.
Is Louisville, Kentucky on the Disney Channel?
Bravo.
Yeah.
Florida and Florida State's going to be on the Cartoon Network.
Yeah, for sure.
That's on Cartoon.
Louisville, Kentucky's on the ACC network, so
okay, yeah.
it is pretty much.
It is ACC.
And Clemson, South Carolina is going to be on Bravo because there's just all kind of drama. It's like Dabo and Shane Beamer are like the Real Housewives.
It's the Real
Housewives. That game's SEC Network. Thank you very much.
I resemble that remark.
You think Shane Beamer has already started trying to seriously, Norris, come back. Please come back.
Norris is going to come back.
We'll get you a better offense coordinator.
You can't trust that to be true because they hired Mike Shula.
That is true.
Yeah, I think all your cachet just goes right out the door.
Yeah.
With that,
the name I've actually been hearing lately is Cade Bell, Pizzo coordinator, who's done a good job there in his 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he torched Georgia Tech's defense the other night. That was kind of.
Oh, Georgia Tech got caught looking ahead to the Bulldogs.
They did.
Well, yeah, they did. They got their ass handed to them. I can say ass. It's okay.
You know what? They dropped down. They dropped down 28-0 like instantly. It was like, holy crap, this is over. But it was 28-14, and Georgia Tech had the ball on the 5-yard line to make it 28-21. They almost came back in that thing. And then they threw a pick six, and it was 35-14.
Yeah, Haynes threw an awful pick six.
Yeah, it was.
There's a scenario where we have a 6-way tie in the ACC after Saturday.
Good
I
God,
love it. I love it.
Are they going to fly to Charlotte and do a Friday Night Light style coin flip?
We know SMU and Virginia hold their own destiny. If they each win, they will be in the conference title game.
Okay. Also, by the way, Utah gave up 500 yards rushing to Kansas State. And because of a bad run fit that allowed Utah to get it inside the 5-yard line, they came back and won that game. And Vandy still didn't jump Utah in that situation.
Yeah. And all Vandy did
that was almost as bad as Oregon jumping Ole Miss.
Yeah. I mean, all Vandy did was just beat the hell out of Kentucky. It was 45-3 when the starters came out. Diego Pavia had almost 600 yards by himself. Well, I would say by himself, but he threw passes. But it was I was at that game. It was a freaking clinic, dude. It was like Kentucky could not do anything. They couldn't breathe on offense, and then defensively, they had no answers for Trey Richardson. They have no answers for Diego Pavia. They were okay against the run, but Vandy really didn't run that much. They were just launching deep balls. They didn't really run that much. So
this Tennessee Vandy game is going to be so good.
So let's talk about it then.
Yeah,
I know Jeb wants to talk about it.
Yeah, Jeb. Yeah. What do you got to say, Jeb?
Yeah.
I did a crossover.
Hey, Tennessee can spoil Vanderbilt's playoff run.
Jeb, you're on Vandy.
It's all there for Tennessee.
Yeah, what the hell, Jeb?
What? Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Jeb. Hey.
Hold on.
Jeb, it's okay.
You picked the balls. You picked the balls.
Okay, I was going to say, I think I always
he picked the balls.
Yeah.
You had Mr. C
I'm
as
wrong
your avatar
sometimes.
one day, so it's okay, Jeb. You can come over. Come on over to the Vandy side. Come on over. Hey, it's okay.
You want to know how desperate this is for Tennessee? Not only are we trying to spoil Vandy's playoff hopes, which is just we're not going to be in the playoffs. We're trying to spoil theirs. But if we beat them, I think if you just look at the SEC rankings, we might move ahead of them. We're trying to get ahead of Vandy in the SEC rankings. and spoil their playoff hopes.
That
This
is
is
so
desperate
sad.
sad.
Yeah, that's sad to say.
No,
and would
no.
seriously, and if we won, would be our third best season since like 2007. So, yeah, it's a rough season, but
I
mean, it's
want
a
to
good
see all
season.
the throwing in this game.
Rough season, you're
We have the
Hey,
Yeah.
no
that could be a lot of
matter
best.
no matter what happens, Vanderbilt is going to have a Florida Bowl this year if they don't
Yeah.
make the playoffs,
Mhm.
and that is cool that they go down to ReliaQuest or Gator or what is it, Capital One or Citrus Bowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the top access bowl? I think they'll get that.
There is no Access Bowl anymore.
Is that like the ones that aren't in the playoff?
Yeah, the Capital One would be the next. But if they lose and Tennessee jumps above them, okay, this is the way this works for everybody that's not in the playoff hunt. The
we shouldn't be
team
able to jump above you.
yeah, but if you're one game away from the other team, like Tennessee could technically jump Vanderbilt,
Yeah,
and Vanderbilt is going to be a difficult sell in the bowl because they're not going to travel, and that's where it gets a little weird.
Oh.
If the SEC sends them to Birmingham, to the Music City Bowl, to the Liberty Bowl, to the Texas Bowl, shame on you. They deserve a Florida Bowl, but
yeah.
I will say that they could get jumped.
Man,
Yeah.
Travis is on it not.
Travis dunking on you left and right. Oh gosh, yeah. No,
This is like 1989 slam dunk contest, like Dominique Wilkins and Jordan.
Yeah.
and those
the
guys.
88 version
Yeah.
of Jordan one. You know, it's the kiss the sky.
Well,
whatever.
and it's probably going to happen. Tennessee fans are flying high after finally breaking that streak with Florida and beating the crap out of them. So, you know, it's going to all come crashing down.
Yeah.
That's just how it
Yeah,
works for
break it.
Tennessee fans.
Break another streak.
yeah, let's break another.
Yeah,
What is
that's what's
the-
going to happen.
Nice.
What is the last 11 years at 6-5 in that rivalry, Jeb?
For what?
Then-
Florida?
No, Tennessee and Vandy.
Yeah, it's 6-5 the last 11.
Yeah. And Vandy.
Thank you,
had-
Derek
we-
Dooley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. James
Can I
Franklin won
interest you
2.
in
Derek
football?
Mason
Well-
won. Yeah, Tennessee was pretty bad a couple of those years.
Yeah.
She was
Well,
horrible.
You remember the play that Alvin Kamara just ran out of bounds?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What is it with Tennessee players doing that?
They just run out of bounds. Game on the line, we're just gonna run out of bounds.
we're not counting the Jeremy Pruitt years, are we? Because I think we had to vacate a bunch of those.
We're
ones.
giving the Vols wins in both of those two if it's 6-5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
We'll let
Yeah.
you keep it for record's sake, but
Yeah.
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 I mean,
No, that's,
technicality would probably bump the record in Vandy's
My-
favor. But
My favorite thing is people getting on Twitter like during the whole Lane Kiffin thing and talking about how Florida is such a much better job than Ole Miss and everything. The all-time record is 13-13.
Yeah.
so it's neither.
Yeah,
better-
it's like
Oh,
it's
it's not
I
I
was
bad.
gonna
mean,
say, you
Florida,
could
you have
argue-
almost no history before the mid '90s of success.
yeah, that's true.
No,
Until
you're
Spurrier
right.
got there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, your entire pretty much almost all your history revolves around Steve Spurrier as a player and a coach.
And then
Yeah.
Urban Meyer.
And then Urban Meyer, that's it.
although we
Nice.
made Tebow cry.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
nice. Nice.
You will not see another player try as
Yeah.
hard as me. Oh God.
And that was on a play on a 4th and 1 that had to be stopped Tebow. Then Ole Miss stopped Tebow on that play that you couldn't stop Tebow doing. And it was like, oh, how sad.
We stopped Tebow.
Oh,
I will say this, man. This coaching search, I don't care where it goes. I genuinely don't. I just want it to be over, man.
yeah. I want to know.
Tired of buying catnip.
But for
it's
lockdown Ole Miss watches, wouldn't it be good if it goes on for 2 months?
it'd be good if he came back and
Yeah.
we could do this again next year. But
And you
good
would.
guy. Listen, this is what SEO catnip is. Before September, I'd never had a month of more than 400,000 views. I hit 400,000 views barely in September. This month, I'm going to hit close to 700,000.
Jeez.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Yeah. Gonna be a good Christmas.
Yeah, I'd say.
And I bet if he does come back, you'll get a whole good 2 years out of him before you go through this again. Don't worry.
If he does come back, they need to rewrite the contract and put like a $50 million buyout, because I'm serious. I'm not going to play this. The first time that he's just rumored to take another job, at that point, I'm going scorched earth.
Yeah, no.
That doesn't sound like something Jimmy Sexton would agree to.
Yeah, he would. That's one of the reasons that, listen, if Ole Miss wins their game against Mississippi State, we're going to talk about that in a minute, and Ole Miss gets to the SEC championship game, it can get weird. Unless Ole Miss gets to the SEC championship game, I think this weekend there's some sort of resolution on everything.
Yeah, it's probably fair. That's what happened, obviously smaller scale, but with Marshall last year, you know what? We all kind of knew Huff was leaving. Then they make the conference title game. Then he leaves the week after, and in his press conference at Southern Miss says, "Oh, I planned on doing this a week and a half ago, but we made the conference title game." Okay.
Oh boy.
Mm.
So, Steve, shall we talk about the Iron Bowl?
The Iron Bowl.
The
We
Egg
talked
Bowl.
about that. The Egg Bowl, you mean?
Bowl, you mean? Yeah.
The Iron Bowl is the Great Value Egg Bowl.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I told you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was so.
Don't worry, we have Egg Bowl at home.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So Egg Bowl.
Mm-hmm. What do you want?
What do I want?
Yeah.
Who's gonna win?
Ole Miss has a better offensive line. Ole Miss has a better defensive line, and Ole Miss has a Doak Walker finalist at running back against a team that is 120th against the run.
Mm.
If they're focused, this should be a bloodbath. The Ole Miss Mississippi State game is never a bloodbath, though, and I am predicting Ole Miss to cover because this line is depressed, honestly. But I think it's like a 24-14 type game that's going to be just weird.
Okay.
I
wouldn't be surprised if Mississippi State finds a way to score a little bit, but I don't think they'll be able to catch up and cover this. But
yeah, this is going to be one of those games where it's going to look like Ole Miss is in trouble, and then all of a sudden they're just not.
Yeah.
And you're just like, how did we get here? And Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of the nature of the beast, right?
Yeah, the only sure thing in this game, if you're looking from betting lines from FanDuel or something like that, is the under is likely going to hit.
Yeah.
It's one of the weather's going to be weird. It's going to be cold. It's going to be dreary at the game. Most of the time it's going to rain. I don't think it's going to rain this weekend, but
62 and a half. 62 and a half is the over.
Yes. There's no way that this game is going to be 32-31, in my opinion. I think 24-14, that's what, 38 points or something like that. Yeah. Even in my head, I'm thinking this is well under. But I do think Ole Miss has the better football team.
And they come out flat, though, with all the distractions?
I don't think so, because everybody needs to remember that this happened this week and all of that, but this has been going on for a month, and they didn't come out flat against Oklahoma. They didn't come out flat against Florida. They've done a pretty good job of staying up, and maybe that's the nature of having a team full of transfer portal players, to where they're just not invested into a routine or anything like that. But Daquan Wright was on my podcast before the South Carolina game, way back when. And he said, listen, there's no days off for the next 30 minutes.
I'll be right back.
30 days. There's no days off. And that includes this game because of what it could mean. Because if you look at it, the economic impact for the city of Oxford for Ole Miss hosting a college football playoff game would be somewhere between $70 million and $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a big deal. This is potentially the biggest game in the history of the University of Mississippi regular season. So as long as you can front run a little bit, Ole Miss needs to get off to a good start in this game. But if you can front run a little bit, put some distance behind little brother ahead of little brother, and you're going to win this game because you have a better team.
And you touched on why I like Ole Miss to cover this game. Steve, you have Kawan Lacey, who's had an outstanding season. I think they lean on the run in this game, and Mississippi State can't stop the run this year.
No, it's going to be a bloodbath in that regard. Like, I think Lacey's just going to be able to run pretty much up and down the field. I think they're going to be able to get whatever they want in the run game. That's going to obviously lead to a cover if you take the under, but I think Ole Miss is going to be able to separate themselves score-wise, and there's not a whole lot Mississippi State's going to be able to do about it in that regard. The only path, Steve, in this, I know this seems obvious, but the only path for Mississippi State is if Ole Miss gives them the game as far as turnovers. Like
helps them out.
Like one turnover, okay, they can survive. 2, maybe 3. I think Mississippi State wins if you turn the ball over 3 times.
Yeah, and it all depends on how well the Ole Miss defense does and the defensive line does against Blake Shapen or Camario Taylor at quarterback. If they can basically put them in hell on that defensive line, because they're all Mississippi players on the defensive line. Mm-hmm. So this is going to mean a little bit more for them. I think this is a big game for Suntarine Perkins and Cam Franklin and those 5 stars on the defensive line to kind of show out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Jake, any thoughts on the Egg Bowl?
I picked Mississippi State just because of the distraction factor, and it gets weird. And plus, I got to have some wins somewhere, so I got to pick different than y'all. So, that's the only reason why I do think Ole Miss is the better team for sure, and they should win by a ton. But it's a weird game, and Egg Bowl always gets weird, even when Ole Miss is the whole lot better team. They still find ways to lose. So anything can happen in any of these games, honestly, because it's a rivalry game.
Ole Miss is going Stormtrooper in this game with the real tree helmets that they wore against South Carolina.
Nice.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Stormtroopers, I don't think Georgia Tech's going Stormtrooper here at the Bins, but clean old-fashioned hate, guys, before we get out of here. Is this this game had a lot of juice before Georgia Tech got rolled by Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
This game lost a little bit of that. Georgia's 13.5-point favorites. I don't love that spread, but I'm going to pick it anyway because I think Georgia Tech's defense is struggling big time. And I don't know that Buster Faulkner and his offense can do anything about that. I don't know that they're going to be able to keep up because it's just there's just going to be too much pressure there, because I don't think Georgia Tech is going to be able to stop Zachariah Branch or Gunnar Stockton or Nate Frazier, Chauncey Bowens, that rushing duo. I think this Georgia team is like, yeah, you're not going to take us 8 overtimes again this year. And I think it's going to be one of those games, one of those type games where I think Georgia is going to want to make a statement, and this is going to be that statement game.
I hate that it's at Mercedes-Benz instead of Bobby Dodd.
Yeah, and I thought originally because of construction or something they were doing to their stadium, but they played at Bobby Dodd all year long. Why, what's the deal with that? I don't, but it just, I don't know. It just takes away. It just makes it just stale.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's just stale. Like I wouldn't want to go to that. Like why are we doing neutral site for that? It's never been neutral site unless there's significant renovations happening at either stadium. It's never been neutral site.
Yeah, that 1 week is the difference between making in time for next season and not. Just schedule the first game on the road. Yeah. If that's the case.
Yeah,
it's not that big of a deal. But this is a game that Georgia Tech, in my opinion, they can cause problems in Georgia's defense. I mean, Buster's offense is really good at that, and it's going to be on Haynes King to not make the stupid pass that he made against Pitt last week.
Because, they can come back like that. I don't know if their defense is going to continue to put them in those type situations like they did against Pitt. But, yeah, Georgia Tech, they can score quick. But he can dial it up.
Yeah. pretty good. I'm telling you, John Summerall, Buster Faulkner at Ole Miss. That's going to be some stuff there. I'm telling
you. Just looked it up to confirm our theory. Georgia Tech expects to make $10 million by moving it to Mercedes-Benz.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
It was a rev share NIL play.
Yeah.
And you're making money off of Georgia fans because I have to imagine that Georgia fans are going to just buy that place out.
They will.
Yeah.
And their season opener next year is at Bobby Dodd because it's the reverse of Colorado with the home and home.
Okay. Yeah. You think Prime will still be at Colorado after this year?
If his health allows it, I think he will be. I don't think he's healthy, but I hope he is. He's in rough shape though, from what I've been hearing.
Speaking of former NFL players, Marshall Faulk, Southern University.
Yeah, sounds like he's getting a Southern job.
Yeah, he was the running backs coach at Colorado, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good for him.
I like Marshall Faulk. I think he's going to do a good job.
Yeah,
he's got a
New Orleans guy from down there.
Yeah, he's a New Orleans guy. So that's fit. That's going home essentially. I know he went to play ball at San Diego State, but yeah, good for him. Yeah.
So a very good hire for Southern University. I think if you're going to get a former player like Marshall Faulk is a really good one to get because he's been around the game in that capacity for a long time as a TV analyst and as a coach and camp coach and just kind of different versions of that and seeing the game in an analytical format.
What kind of year did Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson are they having?
Jackson very good, Vic very bad.
But I think Norfolk State was a mess when he took it over. So I think he had a rough. I think he was going to be. I think it was going to be rough no matter what. But
where's Michael Vick?
Norfolk State.
Norfolk State.
I did not know that. Interesting.
Yeah,
he's originally from the Tidewater area.
Yeah.
Which I think if they stick with him, he could do a pretty good job if they're patient, which they have no reason not to be because what are they going to do? But I think he could be very good.
Yeah. I saw Deshaun Jackson pop up on the Cal Hot board. That's the reason.
They finished 8-4 at Delaware State after a bad year last year. Funny, you just mentioned San Diego State for Falk. Sean Lewis is also a guy we're hearing for that Cal search.
That'd be nice.
Which would make sense.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would have been somebody that if Wisconsin would have moved off Fickle, that I would have liked to see them go for.
Yeah.
But which I
you need somebody to do the Brett Bielema thing at Wisconsin. That's their identity.
I don't know that Chris Kleiman would have taken that. I don't know if he would have or not.
Yeah.
Do you think he would have, Mike?
I don't know if Kleiman would have. I do think Lance Leipold probably would have, and I would have taken him.
Oh, that would have been a good one. I didn't think either of those two were going to be viable.
I think another Wisconsin, Jason Candle would have been an all right hire at Wisconsin, I think.
Yeah, he's been strangely pretty stingy with not leaving Toledo, which good for him in that regard.
Well, he kind of Matt Campbell rubbed off on him because they've been trying to get Matt Campbell at Iowa State for 5 years, and it doesn't work. Yeah. It must be really nice to have a coach like that. I can't imagine that feeling.
He's the exact antithesis of Lane Kiffin. Yeah. He's the polar opposite. That's pretty funny. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. Where does Penn State go? Do they pull Drink away from?
Well, they might. The interesting theory that's Dylan Raiola's younger brother is a big commit who decommitted from Nebraska a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. We're now hearing there are doubts that Raiola will be back next year. I'm wondering, and other people out there, has Rule told them he might not be there next year? Is that why it's happening?
Well, to be fair, the Raiola's
buddy, he signed an extension. I was like, come on, the buyout's not changing. It doesn't matter. Kurt, unless the buyout's $50 million, it's not prohibited.
His Baylor extension goes to 2027, by the way. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
But also the Dylan Raiola went to 4 different high schools too. So
he did.
He just likes transfer. Yeah. That could be oh, okay, I did my time at Nebraska. Now I'm going to go over here to Oregon, and then I'm going to go back across the country to Penn State. Like he'll want to touch all four corners of the, he'll transfer a bunch of different places.
Maybe he wants to go back to Georgia and replace Haynes King.
Georgia Tech.
Isn't that what I said?
No,
You said Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was still right. You could go back to Georgia and replace Haynes King. That is a factual statement.
Yeah.
But it's the state, not the university.
Yeah.
So sort of true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt Rule, I mean, is there some serious smoke there? I mean,
from day one, he was a big name in the search. It dipped when he signed an extension, but he was one of the first names that got brought up, so it wouldn't shock me. The other one, Bob Chesney's heavy in that mix now at JMU. He could be the guy there as well.
Be a nice hire.
Yeah.
And like Alex Golesh, the Arkansas that got leaked around there, and then Alex Golesh is like, "Whoa, I haven't committed anywhere. I haven't signed anything."
Yeah.
The rumor is that they're waiting on the Lane Kiffin domino to see what happens.
So before we had this conversation, so I'm gonna edit in our title. I'm gonna edit a question mark in there.
Yeah.
Question mark there, just in case you're wondering. Yeah.
Talking about former, NFL players who potentially could become head coaches. One guy that I find interesting, he's a GM at Stanford, and that's Andrew Luck. Could you potentially see him taking over that Stanford job in the future?
I think he likes doing what he's doing at GM.
I think he does too.
I don't know who because
he's a true GM.
He is. Mm-hmm.
So is Ron Rivera at Cal, who just fired Justin Wilcox.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you're seeing college football GMs become college football GMs.
Yeah.
And so that's going to get interesting. That situation is going to get interesting because Frank Reich's like, I'm only going to do this for a year.
Right.
So what happens there? Like now you got Stanford versus Cal battling for coaches.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be pretty sick if they brought back Price.
David Shaw.
Yeah.
So
why do I keep saying Price?
They were absolutely terrible. It's like after COVID, they were terrible with Shaw. So I don't think that's in the cards. They were so bad.
Look, I don't know.
And I think he's enjoying life in the NFL too. He's an assistant with the Lions. I think he likes doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was after Christian McCaffrey, he kind of fell down. Yeah.
I mean, they went from 10 wins, 9 wins, 9 wins to 4-4-3-3, and then he was done.
Yep.
So so that'll be interesting. Kind of see what they do, what Cal does. Deshaun Jackson would be a fun hire at Cal. Just that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
They should just go. They should just go completely. Speaking of former NFL players, go get beast mode. Go get Marshawn. Say, hey, we need some life in this program, Marshawn. Come save us.
Two of the best academic institutions in the United States of America reside in the freaking Bay Area, California and Stanford, and they both play in the Atlantic Coast Conference. They should not be allowed to charge tuition. They shouldn't.
I hope they never leave the ACC because if that joke dies, that'll be fun. That'll be very fun.
Yeah, they should not be allowed to charge tuition.
Yeah. One of my favorite football memes I saw a week was Nick Rolovich, a man who was once fired for refusing to take the vaccine at Washington State, is now the interim at the University of California. Talk about irony.
Yeah.
Pure irony.
Corey, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Passed by that a long time ago.
We didn't talk about the Palmetto Bowl yet. I got the Gamecocks covering that one. I know everybody wants to know this game.
I do too.
I have to look at mine real quick. Just so.
That one didn't make the sheet. Yeah,
I picked Clemson just because.
Okay.
I don't know.
By the way, I feel like a dork after making that sheet. When I make the template, I always put the same one up there and change it. Texas and Texas A&M was the original one. Somehow I changed all 6 of them and forgot to put that one back on there. That's not me. Yeah.
I've got Clemson in that game, and I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I picked them. I couldn't tell you what.
Because someone has to win. I don't know.
Yeah,
before it sounded like Klubnik was not going to play. It sounds like he is going to play now. So,
okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Can I change my pick?
South Carolina has those 3 studs on the field, or Clemson does, like Klubnik and Peter Woods and those guys, and they're really good players. But if South Carolina can't run the football, they're not going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a weird game. It's just going to be a weird game. Is it this week's Sicko Bowl, or is that Florida State?
No, that's the Cartoon Network Bowl.
Yeah.
Florida
It's going to
State
be like
Bowl?
that episode of South Park where both Little League teams are trying to lose.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I could see that. No, you win.
I thought this is America.
No, you win.
The roll call thing, the Matthew Mitchell thing that he does is like, either the Florida fan or the Florida State fan said, "I will take you behind Publix and beat you."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And the Georgia Tech one's there. He's just confused about everything that's going on.
Yeah.
It is like, why are we called kids?
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Anyway, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, no, it's all good. 2 minutes. This is the greatest show ever. It's SEC After Dark. You should be tuning in. First, for the ones that are not pictured, Biscuits and SEC, watch them. They had a show tonight, and congrats again to Hammer, and we'll get them back hopefully next week. But
and then wins. He's got to bring the Fu Manchu back.
Yeah, he better come back with the Fu Manchu.
Mm-hmm.
And it wins.
Yep.
Good point.
That's one of the reasons also that Texas is going to win that game, because there's no way we would get that joy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So I'm rooting for A&M on that one. And then you've got the yardstick wielding Mike Huseman, who is a contributor on the Locked On Network on 2 shows, Locked On Ole Miss and mine, Locked On Vandy. And he does his own show, Off Season After Dark. So you're going to get a heavy dose of G5. It's great. It's a great perspective.
Kansas State episode came out today. Next week, I'm hoping to get an FCS playoff episode out, talking to an NDSU guy, trying to get them on. So
nice.
hopefully an FCS playoff episode next week.
Nice.
Well done. And then you got Jake Thomas, double dose of Alabama, double shot of Alabama. And you're going to need both of those shots this week, apparently, because this Iron Bowl is going to be very nerve-wracking. So, but if you want to get all the insight on that game, check out Jake Thomas and check him out with Stacey Blackwood on Tide Talk Live, where they discuss as a tandem, and then he's a solo act on Bama After Dark. So check him out. Jeb, do better with your Ole Miss stuff. Just don't stand up your clients, okay?
Seriously.
Just don't do it.
Corey, by the way, 710 people tonight. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah, shout out to all 710 of you. 11 now. 7-11. Let's keep that.
I want to say special goodbye to Rick and Bonnie and nobody else.
Jeb is petty.
Yeah. Oh, love it.
We did have fun on this Thanksgiving Eve, and we will hopefully have a show next Thursday for the championship games, talking about this whole freaking coaching search going crazy.
Oh,
and that's Stephen Willis, Locked On Ole Miss, close to 18,000 subscribers. Check him out. I'm Corey Burton, Locked On Vandy. And just like Steve said, we hope to see you guys. We're gonna be back on our regular schedule next week, all things considered, and we'll be talking about telling management. Oh, jeez.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Rick and Bonnie, try to figure that out.
Come back next Thursday night, Travis.
Until next time, Travis, you got a lifetime invite. Please come back. You're our new associate producer in the chat. So we love you guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy all your turkey, your stuffing, your mac and cheese, your mashed potatoes, or whatever it is you eat. Chicken and dumplings if you're Steve. And until next time, go Dogs. Anchor down.
Hotty toddy. It's almost over. Light at the end of the tunnel.
Boomer Sooner. We are Penn State.
End stream.